back. You're blocking the view of the other people. We want you to get shots, but we just don't want you to...
Okay, everybody in the front, take 10 steps back. Let our media friends get in the front there. And then we'll get into the program. We got some amazing speakers today.
Just so people can still see. We want you guys to move.
Everybody in the front, please move back 10 feet. Let the media get down so that people can see the speakers and our amazing performers we got.
Alors, c'est seulement de reculer un peu pour que les médias puissent prendre la place en avant. Comme ça, les personnes qui sont dans la foule peuvent bien voir nos porte-paroles. Alors, il y en a beaucoup qui s'en viennent. Attendez un peu.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to jump right into it. Now, the People's Social Forum. The movements, the social movements of Canada, all of you. It's always so important that we honor the first people of this land and that we respect the protocols.
We're going to be
so in a good way. We've got our first speakers that are coming up. And that, of course, is Chief Gilbert White Duck.
I'm going to sit on the steps.
TV First Nation, the host nation of the People's Social Forum 2014. Let's hear it for Chief Gilbert White Duck. In your program, you would have seen that the Algonquin grandmothers, some powerful warriors and defenders of the land and water, were supposed to be here right now to speak, but unfortunately, they're caught up in the colonial courts right now over their land defense struggle. So they couldn't be here, but the daughter of one of the Algonquin grandmothers, Shannon Chief, is here, and she's tearing up the symbol up. So I want you all in your own way, make sure and say some prayers. Put up some good energy for those Algonquin grandmothers and the Algonquin people. We also have with us Elder Pierre Papati, who's going to speak in Algonquin. And then, of course, Chief Gilbert White Duck is going to speak in English. But first and foremost, Chief White Duck is going to welcome you all here into this beautiful, unceded Algonquin territory.
Alors maintenant, on va avoir la chance d'avoir le chef Gilbert White Duck de la nation algonquine de Kitigan-Zibi, qui est la nation qui nous accueille présentement sur son territoire. Et vous aurez pu voir que les grands-mères algonquines devaient être ici aujourd'hui pour parler, mais malheureusement, elles sont prises dans les tribunaux colonialistes à essayer de défendre leur territoire. Et présentement, c'est au Québec que ça se passe. Donc, j'espère qu'aujourd'hui, on va avoir le support de tous les merveilleux Québécois qui sont ici pour donner de l'appui à ces grands-mères algonquines.
Thank you for being here today. Welcome to unceded, unsurrendered, traditional ancestral lands of the Anishinaabe of this territory. Not Algonquin, Anishinaabe. We welcome you here in peace and friendship. We have always been a peaceful people whose responsibility it was to take care of the land. Unfortunately, what we continue to see is a continued pillage of our land with total disregard for our people and for all Canadians for that matter. I want? The elders have told me that when we speak, we cannot speak with anger. We must speak with conviction and belief. And I'm really honored that all of you today are here for its multiple cause, but at the same time, it's for one cause, and that is for justice, social justice for all people, and in particular, those people who are in most need, those people that are forgotten, are missing and murdered Aboriginal women. Je veux parler aussi qu'il ne faut pas oublier les gens qui souvent sont oubliés dans les rues du Canada, les gens, les Autochtones comme les non-Autochtones. qu'on voit que le gouvernement ne s'attelle pas à mettre en place ou supporter. On ne peut pas permettre que nos populations qui ont les plus grands besoins soient oubliées dans tout ça. On vous remercie pour le sport, mais il ne faut pas arrêter. Il ne faut pas arrêter. Il va falloir qu'on aille dans notre pays, le pays des Premières Nations, dans lequel on a partagé, qui est un pays de justice, un pays qui reconnaît qui est-ce qu'on est, un pays de respect. And in closing, if I may, some of you, and many of you may recall that Jack Layton passed away in 2011. And in a letter, I believe, dated August 20th, he sent out a message to all of us. And I just want to read the end of that message because I believe that it is more pertinent today than it was then, and it will be important that we listen to those words and that we have concrete action on the ground, true concrete action for our people. And Mr. Layton, our dear friend, had said, "My friends, love is better than anger. Hope is better than fear. Optimism is better than despair. So let us be loving, hopeful, and optimistic, and we'll change the world."
And so we were supposed to have the Algonquin grandmothers here, but unfortunately, like I said, they're tied up into the defense of their land and water. And so I want to invite a few words from Elder Pierre Papati, and of course, Shannon Chief, the daughter of one of the Algonquin grandmothers. You guys can come up to the mic.
Bonjour. Il y a des occasions. Semaine dernière, on m'a dit, il y a un nouveau Scott, et oui, mais comme moi, il y a des gars qui pitent d'agok, nous sommes à un moment de mic. A dit que les gens qui ont un snabe, mon set open, au magasin kick. C'est vrai, quand il y a des chiens qui n'ont pas de musique, avec 4 heures de programme pour aider à qui, avec 4 heures de bigadek, mi est dit nous comme ça avec nous, mi est dit nous comme squeeze pas mal. Quand on va jouer au Comadi, Canada Kakatnikios, quand il dit au diocèse de Wassak, Palma, musique que modo seme. Que tu vois où de Madik, à Dieu endémique. Que tu vois où de Madik. Adieu médic. Adieu nous avons nous. Anes, quand il catégorie ici, ah oui, quartier que j'aime de voir la vie. Mi banma, qui a habitué à la méthode aussi. Musique, que tu dis, à Pavel, qui a habitué mi maillot c'est le squeezie. Mini diga mi doa nogum de susat mi wait wina ke wina kawa bizot au yego kana bos ke gon ga mi fit wat ke na ma gewi ke wina bizot ma di bitu do ka wat ke wina kak kana ma wat ke wina mi wait ndrak mi edi nogum edi do me ka mos go moji dik nogum ke jiro wi do da din Kujitabo Manajidi, Kujitabo Tatadin Sit. A city time the moon, Kawi Monica Simon. Music of when the Tonan, Kokomak so sick, Kewunek was me, my out in the man. Kija, Skipano Mani Gangi Giganoma, and this Jimmy West in the no. Palmer, Joffre, Monsieur Tolmont. On est ici aujourd'hui pour le parent social en tant que peuple. Depuis tout jeune, j'ai toujours entendu les aînés dire le territoire n'a jamais été cédé. C'est ça qu'il faut. C'est ça notre force. Se réunir ensemble. À travers le Canada, nous sommes ici. On est ici pour réunir nos forces. Moi, en tant qu'Algonquin, je suis fier d'être un autochtone aujourd'hui. Je suis survivant du passionnat. Je commence à passer à travers. Et moi, je voudrais vous remercier tout le monde, tous les organismes qui sont ici avec nous autres, qu'ils soient autochtones, non autochtones, on est tous là. Merci, Nivet.
Thank you so much. Next up, we're gonna have our honor song. Thank you so much to Chief Albert White Duck and our Anishinaabe elder, Pierre Papetti, and the daughter of the Algonquin grandmother, Shannon Chief, for coming up. We're gonna invite our grandfather drum to come up and the O-Town boys, our movement singers here in Capital City. At every protest, you can come up. We're gonna hear you sing up this honor song now. And then we're going to jump into our speakers.
Alors, on va inviter les drummers des O-Town Boys à venir ici pour faire une chanson d'honneur. Ils ont fait partie de toutes les manifestations qui ont eu lieu à Ottawa pour les causes autochtones.
But before we do that, real quick, when I say people, you say power! People! 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 And let us some noise! O-Town boys, take it away!
That building there is the Prime Minister's offices. Prime Minister doesn't do his business in the House. He likes to run it out of there as an oligarch.
This next man that I'm about to introduce is somebody that I find completely inspiring. He first came to this country long ago from his motherland of Guyana, and he became a worker in this country. For 30 years, he worked his way up. And at this moment, at this time that we're all living in right now, in this revolutionary time, he decided to answer the call of his brothers and sisters in the labor movement and stand up and be a leader of the biggest labor organization in this country. I really want to say that we're so very inspired by him and the life that and the people that are supporting him, all our brothers and sisters in the labor movement, and the vision that they're bringing into this movement right now to confront neoliberalism in this country, to stand in solidarity with other social movements in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, young people, grandies, grandpas, join me in welcoming the new president of the Canadian Labour Congress, Hassan Youssef.
Sisters and brothers, friends and colleagues, I can't tell you how honored I am to be with you here today. On behalf of our 3.3 million members across this country, I can say without any hesitation the fact that you have chosen to come to Ottawa to reclaim this place as a place for working people give me hope. We will change this country, my friends. We will change this country. Workers right across this land recognize fundamentally how much this country has been changing under our Prime Minister, Stephen Harper. It doesn't take us long to recognize if this government get another mandate, what this country would look like. So sisters and brothers, I want to say to all of you that are here this weekend in Ottawa, spend time in workshops, to talk with each other, to deliberate on strategy, and to figure out how we are going to work together. I can't tell you the importance of that. See, the important thing about this land, whether you live here in Ontario, or you live in the far reaches of the north, or in the west, as Canadians we have one fundamental thing we share. We believe in a country where social justice is paramount in its agenda every single day. Where equality for all of its citizens is fundamental to what defines this land. And more importantly, the fact that Canadians who go to work day in and day out must be able to live off the fruits of their labor and not to live in poverty. So sisters and brothers, we have watched our Prime Minister and government fundamental reordering this country in a way that we didn't think we would recognize. And I know the challenge is enormous, but I can say without any hesitation, our 3.3 million members in their family right across this country are prepared to fight to regain control of this land, to ensure working people's values at the center of our national parliament. As I speak to you today, sisters and brothers, our parents, our four parents, seniors in this country, 1.6 million of them are today living in poverty. 12 million Canadians who work every single day in this land have no other pension than the Canada pension right now. And more importantly, what we need to know, there is a commitment from our finance ministers across this country, working with the Canadian Labour Congress, and said we need to double the benefits of our CPP to ensure every single Canadian who works in this land will retire with dignity, and the only obstruction is our Prime Minister. Sisters and brothers and friends, it is critical for all of us to know that if you spend a lifetime working in this land, you should never have to live in poverty. Never have to live in poverty. Fundamentally, it's a campaign that we must win to ensure the next generations in this country have a better future and a better retirement. And we can do this. We must fight for this. As I speak to you today, sisters and brothers, 1 in 5 children can't find decent childcare in this country. It's a shame. Yet, we continue to give The oil companies, they're making so much profit. $1 billion a year in tax subsidies. Where is our priority? Where is our priority in this country? Fundamentally, sisters and brothers, what we need is what our sisters and brothers in Quebec have had. A national child care system for every working family in this country. Sisters and brothers and friends, there's much hard work ahead and much unity that needs to be focused on this weekend. Because what we're doing here in a small way, we need to repeat in communities across this land. I can tell you, the solidarity has been forged with the Quebec colleagues coming across the bridge, and those of us from outside of Quebec are coming together because I think our fundamental values are the same in this country. If we can bring this together, anything is possible in this land. And I want to, of course, say what's been said by many speakers before. You know, I read, like many of you, and I watched our national television. I can't tell you how much my heart weeps. How many more Tina Fontaine in this country must we have? How many more young Aboriginal women must disappear and die until we get a national inquiry by our national government? Our First Nation brothers and sisters who was here before us have a right to expect our national government to treat them with respect and to ensure that their resources that are harnessed to enrich the rest of us must enrich themselves first in this land. How is it every single day we can have portable drinking water that we take for granted, yet in almost 200 communities across this country, First Nation can't have portable drinking waters? If our solidarity is going to mean something, sisters and brothers, we have to send a clear message to our national government. It is a disgrace, your contempt for First Nation and Aboriginal people in this country, and we will stand with them until they get justice. I want to conclude my remarks, sisters and brothers, because I know the enormous work ahead of us. As your president of the Canadian Labour Congress, I recognize fundamentally we're at a crossroads in this country. We can dock our responsibility, or we can stand side by side, shoulder to shoulder, hand in hand, and say we can do better. I know the greatness of this land that I came to as a young man. I understand the fundamental values of this country. It's about fairness, it's about justice, it's about equality. And we will not allow our Prime Minister to perverse these fundamental values. Fundamentally, sisters and brothers, the solidarity that we will forge over the next number of days with our conversation will unite us. 2,000, the Prime Minister have a destiny with. It's at the ballot box. We will do everything to ensure when we get the moment to cast our ballot, we will have a progressive government running our country and taking back the things that matter to Canadians. Social justice, equality and fairness for all. There have been many governments who have come here before and been contemptuous of working people and their values. This government understands one thing. Once we make up our mind and forge our solidarity together, we can do great things. We will do great things in 2015 by the power we build and the solidarity we forge. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend in our conversation and our conferences. All the best. For Brotherhood Son, you step! And all the labor movement, make some noise! That's what I'm talking about! Solidarity, solidarity, yeah! This is a celebration, ladies and gentlemen. Not only do we have amazing speakers here today, but we also got incredible musical performances that are happening today. This next speaker, or this next performer that I'm going to introduce is going to do the English musical interlude. He's going to perform his song that he made for a certain person whose office is just across the street. Stephen Harper. Please join me in welcoming Mike Palasek to the mic. He's going to share a song with us. This song is dedicated to the Right Honorable Prime Minister. We're gonna drive you out of office with golden parachutes. Well, things won't be so bad for you after all. It's damn sure better than you deserve, and it's the best we're gonna get. But we're gonna have a party when you fall. Stephen Harper couldn't be sharper. He's Canada's political strongman. Appoints criminals in cabinet and crooks to the Senate. Worst economic growth since R.B. Bennett. Your one sore excuse for a leader of this land. The scientists muzzle, Tarzan's guzzle. Oh well, from the health of the people and the land. Justin Bieber in overalls, Tories making robocalls. Mike Duffy tells all, no one wants to take a fall. What'll it take to put one of these crooks on the stand? Election rigging and writing rejigging. If you can't win by the rules, you can always change them. Gazebo building lunatics and helicopter fishing trips and cutting workers' benefits. So reshuffle your cabinet, the deck chairs on this Titanic. You're rearranging. Omnibus budget bills, full of poison pills. Hey, whoever said there's no such thing as a free meal lunch? Insincerity, auditing charities, no prosperity, only austerity. You all belong in prison, a whole bunch. As your final trophy, try to kill the posting. You should know Cup W will never die. We've gone too far and now it's war. We'll take this message door to door. This land will be, I don't know more. We'll throw your ass right out the door. Adios, so long, farewell, goodbye.
Alors, le prochain speaker, ça va être quelqu'un qui est quand même très connu au Québec. Je tiens à donner un petit quelque chose parce que c'est une lutte qui a été très importante et pour les jeunes au Québec et pour les Autochtones au Québec. Parce que si vous saviez comment I Don't Know More Québec n'existerait pas sans les étudiants du Québec, c'est surprenant. Alors, j'inviterais à Gabriel Nadeau-Dubois, un des militants étudiants que j'ai rencontrés au cours des dernières années, à venir. C'est un étudiant, c'est un auteur, mais c'est aussi un allié. Alors, je lui donne la parole.
Bonjour tout le monde! Avant de commencer, j'aimerais que tout le monde crie assez fort pour que quiconque travaille dans le building en arrière nous entende très bien! Chers amis, merci beaucoup d'être ici aujourd'hui. Nous avons la chance, ensemble, de vivre un moment historique. Pour la première fois, francophones, anglophones et membres des Premières Nations se rencontrent dans un même lieu, en même temps, pour se tendre la main, pour s'unir, en partageant un seul objectif, un objectif clair et net, se débarrasser du gouvernement le plus malhonnête, le plus corrompu et le plus arrogant que le Canada n'ait jamais connu. Si nous sommes ici aujourd'hui, si nous allons partager ce forum social ensemble, c'est parce que nous partageons une conviction. C'est parce que nous savons tous et toutes que nous sommes à la croisée des chemins. Nous savons que les attaques auxquelles nous faisons face aujourd'hui sont moins sournoises que jamais, elles sont plus frontales que que jamais. Et si nous ne faisons rien, nous savons qu'un jour, nous allons avoir honte. Nous savons qu'un jour, nous allons avoir honte de la manière dont ce pays traite ses Premières Nations. Nous savons qu'un jour, nous allons avoir honte de la manière dont ce pays détruit la planète en subventionnant l'industrie des sables bitumineux. Si nous sommes ici aujourd'hui, c'est parce que nous savons qu'un jour, nous allons avoir honte de la manière dont ce pays soutient les crimes de guerre de l'État israélien. Si nous sommes ici... Si nous sommes ici aujourd'hui ensemble, c'est parce que nous savons qu'un jour, nous allons avoir honte de ce que Stephen Harper est en train de faire de nos provinces, de nos nations, de nos communautés, de ce que Stephen est en train de faire, de ce que Stephen Harper est en train de faire avec le Canada. Mais si aujourd'hui nous sommes ensemble réunis aujourd'hui, c'est aussi parce que nous commençons à faire ce que nous aurions dû commencer à faire il y a longtemps. C'est parce que nous commençons à travailler ensemble, malgré nos différences, à se débarrasser de ce gouvernement-là. Nous ne sommes pas un lobby, nous ne défendons pas des intérêts particuliers. Nous sommes des travailleurs, des travailleuses, des étudiants, des étudiantes, des membres des Premières Nations, des chômeurs, des chômeuses, des militants, des militantes féministes, des militants, des militantes écologistes. Et c'est ni la pluie, ni personne qui va nous empêcher de réussir, qui va entraver la détermination qu'on va exprimer aujourd'hui et toute la semaine. Bienvenue au Forum social des peuples. Et on va arrêter à un seul moment, le moment où on aura gagné. Merci tout le monde.
Alors, à tous ceux qui ont amené leur casserole, c'est temps de faire du bruit! Hey, c'est temps de faire du bruit! Alors, j'ai la chance d'annoncer une autre activiste sociale, Arsha Walaya, une activiste et journaliste qui est mieux connue pour son travail à Vancouver dans le chapitre de No One is Illegal. Alors, elle est aussi elle a fait des représentations aux Nations Unies sur les sujets de justice économique et sociale.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. It's a beautiful sight despite the rain. Thank you all for being here. I want to start by acknowledging that we're on unceded, unsurrendered Indigenous lands. Yes, and it's an honor to be here with all of you to renew our collective passion to continue to build our communities of resistance. And I have to say, one thing that's incredibly inspiring about this gathering is that it is about not just stopping Harper, which we will do. Harper will be defeated. Yes, Harper will be defeated. But that here at the Social Forum, we're talking about movements that are going to defeat capitalism and movements that are going to defeat colonialism. Because we all know that these are the root of the problems. The root of neoliberalism, the root of austerity, the root of poverty, the root of impoverishment, the root of environmental catastrophe is capitalism and colonialism, and these are the systems that need to be defeated.
Don't care that as much as the camera. You got anything to wipe it with quickly?
I want to make 5 very, very quick points about the direction of our social movements and some of the things that I hope we can be looking towards at the Social Forum. The first thing I want to say is that we have to make it an absolute priority to challenge every single political party. Every single political party needs to be challenged. 2 weeks ago, I was part of an action led by mothers and families that occupied an NDP office. And the reason we occupied NDP offices is issue of Palestine. And any political party that does not unequivocally condemn Israeli war crimes and stand with the people of Palestine are on the wrong side of history. And as a side note, I want to say that an action that was led by mothers and children was actually one of the most inspiring actions that I've ever been part of. And as someone who's a new mother, I'm starting to see that it is absolutely clear that an economic system, the system of capitalism, that completely devalues and completely isolates the most important and difficult job on this planet, that is mothering, is an economic system that must be abolished. The second thing that I think all of our movements really need to contend with is the ongoing colonial history and ongoing colonial legacy of Canada. Canada is a settler colonial state. And this is something that every single social movement needs to incorporate into our work for social justice. There is no social justice without justice for Indigenous nations. When we learn to adopt Indigenous law, we are all stronger for it. We also need to think about the growing reality of the workforce in Canada. An increasing number of workers are migrant workers in Canada. Canada is accepting a growing number of migrant workers rather than permanent resident workers in Canada. And we need to be clear that migrant workers deserve our solidarity. Instead of some of the divisive rhetoric that we hear coming out that pits Canadian workers versus migrant workers, we need to say that migrant workers have a right to stay, that migrant workers have a right to remain and continue to sustain their families. When we build movements that lift the wage floor for everybody, we are stronger for it. My notes are totally getting rained out. Two more quick points. The fourth thing that I want to say is we need to, and this is amazing that the Social Forum is doing this, is we need to reject the false divisions between workers and environmentalists and land defenders. Everybody needs access to clean water and everybody deserves economic security. And when we come together, we are stronger for it. For me, hugely important, is we have to be clear that we will not accept minimal reforms. We have to be clear that we will not accept concessions. And we can look to the dignity of the I Will No More movement. We can look to the militancy of the Quebec student strike, and we can say that movements that inspire people are the ones that talk about root issues. When we talk about colonialism, when we talk about capitalism, people are inspired and people will join us, and we are stronger for it. And when people tell us that it's more important to talk about class relations than race relations, or when people tell us it's more important to talk about race relations than gender relations, we have to say it's important to talk about every single relationship of exploitation, because we are stronger for it. So I want to close by reminding us that we actually have a lot of power. Amongst us here today, we have Unistoten land defenders who have for years been defending their territory on the land against PTP pipeline, LNG, and we create a force that is so dangerous to the system that it also forces us to come together and to stand for every single person in this country, and to stand for the planet, and to stand for the land. Thank you.
En passant, l'eau qui nous tombe sur la tête est une bénédiction. It's a blessing, the water is falling on our head. It's maybe the last good one we're going to get for a long time, so.
Not for everybody.
Better rain than snow. I don't want more snow that. So, alors maintenant, je vais inviter.
Break syndical.
OK. Oh, c'est break syndical!
Non, mais OK. Bien, bon après-midi sous la pluie. C'est pas l'idéal. Quand j'étais petit, mon grand-père me prenait sur ses genoux et il disait, mon garçon, le clou ne croit pas au marteau tant qu'il n'a pas été frappé. Souvenez-vous de ça. Moi, je m'en souviens, puis depuis ce temps-là, je cherche les marteaux. On va vous faire une chanson rapide parce qu'il pleut trop pour les instruments, c'est pas bon. Et ce qui nous a inspiré, c'est toute la solidarité qu'il y a ici. Alors voici Solidarité. Sommes les capitales des usines. Enchaînés du matin au soir à la machine. Pour rappel de salaire à la planète, mais l'heure nous rendra fort. Solidarité, mes frères et mes sœurs. Solidarité, mes frères et mes sœurs. Solidarité, mes frères et mes sœurs. Ensemble nous faire si un jour nous arrêtons toutes nos machines, même si un jour nous occupons de la sans patron, vous ferez la notre destinée, car l'union nous rendra fort. Solidarité, mes frères et mes sœurs. Solidarité, mes frères et mes sœurs. Solidarité, mes frères et mes sœurs. Ensemble nous verrons. La classe ouvrière apportera un autre nouveau sur la terre. Les prolétaires, c'est l'union qui nous rend forts. Solidarité, mes frères et mes sœurs. Solidarité, mes frères et mes sœurs. Solidarité, mes frères et mes sœurs. Ensemble nous règlons le refrain à la mienne. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. Bon après-midi sous la pluie.
Alors, tous les mouvements s'adaptent, all movements adapt. On va inviter notre dernière guest speaker, Heather, à venir. We're going to invite our last guest speaker to come and to talk. And after that, I'm going to give you the buses that you can go join.
And after Heather, we're going to have the performer, Leonard Sumner from Winnipeg. He's going to sing a song for you, and he'll also be performing at the I Don't Know More book launch with the native rapper Frank Juan and some other amazing performers tonight. Make sure and come and check that event out too. All the proceeds will go to a good cause for Native Youth Sexual Health Network. Please join me in welcoming my co-director of the Indigenous Tar Sands campaign, Heather Milton Lightning.
Good afternoon. I just wanted to say thank you very much for being here in this blessing that the Wankias have given us, the thunder beings for the sacred water. It's a really, really important element to all of our people. You know, the message that we really wanted to talk about today was understanding that this land in Canada was really impacted for our people as First People. And I hope that in your vision moving forward, from this day forward, we will work for the 7 generations, that what we start this weekend will implement an impact for 7 generations to come. I know many of you are parents and grandparents, and that's the greatest revolutionary act that we could do, is raise up strong, beautiful children with the morals, with the understanding, and with the wisdom to take our vision and move it forward. So in 7 generations, this will not exist. The missing and murdered women will not exist. And we'll have clean water and clean air for all people. And I really encourage you, in your home communities, in the work that you do, to really think about, how do I work with the first people in that territory? Who are they? What is their history? And how do we work together? Because we understand that as Canada was formed, it was formed on our homeland. And we welcome people here. We made agreements about how to move forward and build respectful relationships. Whether or not that's on unceded territory, here, like here in this territory, in British Columbia, in the treaty lands throughout Canada. But it really means for us as a movement to build a new vision moving forward where those relationships are respected and that we have a dual understanding about what that vision is that we want for all people. And I really want to thank all the young people that have come here. And I hope that in our way as Native people, we make relations and we build relationships when we come together as family. And I hope that one day our movement will be like family, so that you as young people will feel supported to go out with the amazing skills that you have, the vision that you have, and the energy that you have to change the face of this country forever. For our elders, for our children, for our great-grandchildren, and those that are unborn. I really want to thank you for being here and the role that you're playing. And those of us that are older, the adults, the elders, that we're here to support you young people and the children that are here. That you'll grow up and be better than us and stronger than us, and you'll learn from our mistakes and do amazing work. And lastly, all the people that are taking the time to work with Indigenous people across this land, that are showing up when land blockades happen and land defenders call for support. Thank you so much for joining these movements, for coming out to the Idle No More actions that happen across this country, for supporting our people, because without each other we can't build a strong movement moving forward. And you know, in my experience in working with the U.S. Social Forum in Detroit, Atlanta, when you take away all the politics and you take away all of the layers, it's really about healing. It's about untaking the chains of colonialism. It's about taking the hurt away. And it doesn't matter where you're from or what your background is. We are all impacted by the colonial system that is Canada, that is the United States. We all have those layers. But if we build relationships as relatives, and we understand what it means to be a good relative, we will build something beautiful that this government will never be able to challenge. I really want to take a moment to acknowledge those that were lighting the sacred fire, that went out and said prayers for us this morning, for all the religious movements that are here, for really protecting us on a spiritual level and guiding us throughout this weekend, so that those layers can come off. And if there's conflicts, we'll work it out in a good way. Because that's the reality about building a movement. We have to dig our roots in and be here and be willing to work it out. You know, whatever challenges we have, whether or not we don't get along or do get along, it's about really being committed to having that vision for the long term about what it is we want. And I know our Indigenous people that came here, we have that vision. We understand what it means to think about the 7 generations ahead of us. We understand how precious our children are and how precious our young people are. And we hope that moving forward, we will kick some ass. So thank you so much for being here.
Join me, welcoming Shanger! What's that man talking about? Kansas City!
Check, 1, 2. He's gonna adjust his mic here.
He's in Nelson Bogtown now at Crooked Lodge for the last 6 months.
Jimmy Gwetch, Wujuna Dinoi Maga Nugget, Leonard Sumner, the addition to Kakish, to come a doctor and doing Jim, and this is not bad to go. This is a
Community for future generations. And Candace finally came out west.
Hey! What happened? That ain't already been written.
Have her say hi.
I believe you should listen. I got these people on the TV telling me it's all over. Rich man tell me I should be afraid. Jesus on his way, so I better start praying. But what about the pain? Other words, it's not saying God. Kids in Iraq being killed by the presidents. Kids on the reds where suicide is evident. Politicians make it seem like it's all irrelevant until the next election comes. Then it's on the regiment, dirty police, murderers in uniform, killing my peeps, and then filling out the proper forms, and I ain't even tripping. I know everyone ain't innocent, but I thought we had rights in this country that we living in. I guess I wouldn't know. So you, I'm just an Indian. You'd rather see me fail in life and then I've been in prison. But how could Jesus look at me, judgment in your eyes? You ain't seen the ups and downs, struggles of my life, and I've been trying to spurt just to break this curse, but it just gets worse and worse and worse. I used to be the one running around feeling down on my luck, a young boy with a criminal's touch. I didn't know no better, I was living it up, and if it wasn't getting down, I was getting a rush out of something that I shouldn't do. Wouldn't you? After all, it's the shit that they tell you that you couldn't do. But I made it through, and I'ma get mine, even if it means rope-a-doping through them tough times. And damn, it's where it's like it's getting dirty, dirty, hardcore depression, like I'm living in the dirty 30s. And even kids now, they got them 30s ready to blast at a party, man, it isn't pretty. I know you heard me, but are you listening? Through the bottles getting smashed, it's like it was a christening. Just put the whiskey in, a cup and mix it in with the words of speaking. You see a lot like Christy, but how you look at me, judgment in your eyes. You ain't seen the ups and downs, struggles of my life, and I've been trying to spurt just to break this curse, but it just gets worse and worse and worse. And as the world turns, I see my concerns are blowing in the wind like a fire when it burns. I'm a lion on the cross, I'm the writing on the wall, I'm the trumpets that are blasting as the gates begin to fall. I'm a dynamite explosion, the wind that brings erosion, the middle of the ocean when your ship just sank. I'm the heat of the desert when you got no drain. I'm the tip of the top, I'm the dick of the clock when you got a minute left and your heart's about to stop. I'm the right, I'm the wrong, I'm the lyrics to the song, I'm the answer to the questions you've been asking all along. Yeah! You ain't seen the ups and downs, struggles in my life, and I've been trying to spurt just to break this curse, but it just gets worse and worse and worse, yeah. Justice for Tina Fonte.
Alors, merci aux irréductibles qui sont encore ici. Je vais maintenant vous donner l'information. Les autobus pour le Québec sont proches de la Cour suprême et les autobus pour l'Ontario sont sur Wellington. So the buses for Ontario are on Wellington and the buses for Quebec are next to the Supreme Court. So.
Okay, we got one more singer here to share one more song, and that's of course our sound guy Tito. Let's try to welcome Tito up to the mic. Share one more song for you on this beautiful rainy day to love the people from Social Forum 214.
This is a song for rain, this is a song for solidarity, this is a song for peace everywhere. Hey, ay, ay, ay. Hey, ay, ay, ay. Hey, ay, 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 ay. Everybody! Hey, ay, ay, ay. Hey, ay, ay, ay. Hey, ay, 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 ay. Hey, ay, ay, ay. Louder! Hey, ay, ay, ay. Hey, ay, ay, ay. Solidarity, austerity, solidarity against austerity, solidarity against austerity, solidarity against austerity. Hey, ay, ay, hey, ay, 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 I'm coming from this land, I'm coming from every single land. This is our planet. We need to defend not just this land, but this planet. We are people, aboriginal from this beautiful Mother Earth. And that's why when somebody walks over here, we can say, we are Jose. We are Jose. Brother, we are Jose. I can hear you. We are Jose. When one kid is crying in Gaza, we need to think about peace, but not just the peace that we can deliver via media. We need to talk about the peace that we can ask for the Harper government not to send more weapons to Israel, an embargo to Israel. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Everybody! From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Louder! From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. No a la austerity, no a la austerity, no a la austerity, no a la austerity, no a la austerity. Sometimes we think that we are doing beautiful things here, but we have to remember that Canadian mining companies are polluting the waters in other parts of the world. They are killing our children. And I will tell you, there is a name that you have to remember. His name is Topacio, like topaz. And we can say, Topacio, topaz, Topacio, topaz. Everybody, Topacio, topaz, Topacio, topaz. Because Topacio was a girl that was singing songs and writing songs against the mining companies in Guatemala. She was shot dead by the people of Tahoe Resources in Central America. She was 17, one of the great voices, a beautiful girl, a great struggle, a fighter, a real warrior. That's why keep your hearts with lots of love, because we need love and hope for this long-term struggle. And then we can sing all together this song that says, hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Louder! Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on! Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah.
He brings the sound so the people can hear the voice of their brothers and sisters involved in struggle. If you want to talk to him, contact him, check him out on Facebook, Consensus Multimedia. Listen, we're going to wrap this up. What a wonderful celebration it's been. Thanks to all you troopers that handled the rain. Everybody else who left must be really, really sweet and made of sugar because the water scared them away. Anyway, we're going to get the O-Town boys up here one more time. And they're going to close it off. And so they're going to sing a song for us here in a good way, close us off in a good way. I encourage each and every single one of you to give each other a hug, slap high fives. This week, for the next 4 days, we've got over 500 workshops representing every element of the movement here in Canada and internationally. Go check it out, be involved, get informed. be idle no more.
Hey, and let's leave this place, please. Let's pick up crap.
Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you out on the streets and out on the land, and most certainly at the social forum. And my co-MC,
Melissa Mullins depuis I Don't Know More Quebec. Hey Harper, we're still dancing. Hey Harper. And since we are doing this for Mother Earth, please pick up garbage if you can see it. Puisqu'on fait ça pour la terre-mère, pensez à ramasser un peu des déchets qui sont par terre. Il faut être conséquent.
Yeah.
Shake the drummer's hand. Hey guys.
Yar.
Can I get a couple of volunteers for
Just a quick announcement. If you're missing a beautiful embroidered bag, a native design, I'm not too sure which nation, but it's very beautiful and there's a lot of personal effects inside of it, come on up to the stage and grab your bag. It's right here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you folks. My name is D. Shanger. I'm a mod and live stream director here at Occupy Toronto. So yar and yar. So we'll see you tomorrow morning at the Occupy Toronto live stream channel over at livestream.com. Starting at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And for the next 3 days, our schedule is 9 a.m. to midnight. But later on tonight at 7 o'clock, which I guess is in about a little over an hour. For the next 5 hours after that, it's an I Don't Know More book launch. A lot of guests and musicians, and we'll be interviewing a lot of people that you saw today more in depth. Okay, so yar and yar. See you tonight.